Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks for watching that earwax removal video today. So in this video, we've got a patient feeling very blocked up. Now, in this week's videos, we've had skin plugs, we've had dry wax. Now, this is a much softer type of earwax. It forms almost like a treacle type consistency, so very thick, very sticky type earwax here. And you can see we've got the standard size ulnar tube on top of this, and we're gently probing the outside part of this wax, which is then taking the surface much softer layer off until we can get to a slightly harder layer underneath, in which case we can get a much better suction grip on there to be able to pull this out then. So what you can see us doing here is just slowly taking away all the much softer wax. Now with this more sort of treacly, softer consistency, a lot of this ends up inside the suction tank, but we will get to the slightly harder bits of wax, which is sitting just a little bit further in, and hopefully be able to get a grip and take those out in a excuse me, in a second for you. There we are, just working our way around the outside edge. Now, with this particular consistency, it is very sticky. So we end up with it sticking to the canal walls really well. So the first thing we're going to need to try and do is just dislodge it from the canal wall. And you'll see now at the moment, that's all you can see is wax. But you'll start to see a little glimpse of that pink skin underneath as we start to take it away from this edge. You can see it's pulling away from the right-hand side here and just starting to see a little bit of that canal wall skin being exposed. So now switching over to the left side, doing the same there, top, bottom, just basically just trying to work our way around the outside edge of it and hopefully trying to loosen this up. Now we could pop a little bit of olive oil in here as well. Now that would also help to make it a bit less sticky. We tend to do that normally once we've got it moving sometimes, just because it stops it from re-sticking to the canal wall then. Guys, if this is the first time you've ever watched one of our videos, we post new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 PM UK time. So if you did enjoy this video, then please consider subscribing. If you hit the bell, you get a notification to let you know when we've posted a new one. That's my plug done. So we can see we've got a little bit of olive oil in here now, just around the outside edge, just to sort of loosen this. You can see it makes that wax just a little bit softer, a bit less sticky. So we're starting to see it pulling in on the corners here a little bit. So they're collapsing into the center, which is going to take this leading edge off the canal wall here. Painstaking procedure, these ones. When you've got much harder pieces of wax, you tend to go in, grab the piece of wax, take it out. So it's a much quicker procedure unless it's completely utterly chock-a-block in there. But with these much more softer and clay type and treacle type waxes like we've got in this particular video, it does take that a little bit longer. It's a lot more kind of preparation work dislodging it before you can get a good pull on one of the plugs then. But now you can see we're starting to get a little bit of movement to this wax. It's just starting to shimmy back and forward a little bit as we get a grip on it. There's a piece of dry skin there to the left side, so we're just going to get rid of that to stop it flicking up in front of the suction. There we are, you can see this slightly deeper color here at the top, slightly harder plug here, a little bit of movement. If you keep an eye on that top left corner, you can see just how much this is moving now as we get a grip on it. There we are, coming away from the edge now, very slow roll down the canal. You've got to be careful, you've got to keep it moving and don't let it settle too long in one position because it'll just re-stick to that canal wall. So you can see I've pulled that one side along, now we're flicking sides and moving it again now just to try and get it moving again. You want to move it away from the canal wall, but not too much that you squish it against the opposing canal wall. So I've popped a bit more olive oil in here now. Now we've got it moving a little bit more. We don't want it sticking to that canal wall, so we're just going to use this tube just around the outside edge, and you'll see that movement really starting now with the oil coating the canal wall. As that wax moves along it, it's not going to re-stick there, it's going to keep sliding. There you go, as you can see here, it's really got a bit of movement to it now. You can see why this patient was really struggling with their hearing, because this has formed a perfect seal. It's actually stuck all the way around the canal wall. So you imagine having your finger stuck in your ear and not being able to hear very well. That's the kind of thing that we're going to get with this type of plug. But yeah, moving left to right here again, working back on this right side, you can see it start to kind of inch its way down towards the entrance of the canal. Now we know we're not going to get this out. It's going to be too big to fit out the canal. So we're going to go in with the Jobson horn now, just sneaking over the top here. But look at the consistency. Can you see it? At first glance, it looks quite thick, but it's actually quite a thin, more runny type wax that's in the center of this. And there'll probably be a harder husk around the outside edge. Not ideal for the Jobson horn, because what you can see here is it just forms a channel. So as you try and get this away, the Jobson horn works fantastically well. If you've got a hard piece of wax you can get behind and use the integrity of the wax to pull it out. But when you've got this much softer material as we've got here, what you tend to find is the Jobson horn just kind of plows a kind of divot straight through the middle of it and takes that away. So we have to go in like we're doing here with the suction tube, just to kind of mop up and unstick from the canal wall again. Because when the Jobson horn does go in, it presses down against the canal wall, and we know how sticky this wax is. The olive oil will help, but if you push it too hard, it'll disperse the oil and stick to the skin underneath. So we've just got the suction tube in here now, standard size ulna tube again. Just trying to lift away from the outside edges here. Now we've got it all bunched into a little ball again. We can go back over the top. Let's see if we can get a big chunk of this out with the Jobson horn. It's starting to pull through. There we go. Out that pops. There we are. You can just get over the next section and draw this section down as well. You can see it's all coming away by installments here. Brill, there we are. Nice big chunk again. Let's have a look behind that. I'd imagine there's still a little bit. Yeah, there it is, still left in there. So we'll just tidy up around the outside edge here. We've got another few chunky bits to come away, and then we can have a good look behind that initial wax blockage just to see if there was anything hiding a bit further in, just down towards the eardrum. Yeah, you can see that section is stuck to this right-hand canal wall. So we're just going to peel this away. It goes down quite a way, so I'm hoping if we can peel this front section, it's going to draw that, that base section that little bit further, that deeper in section away with it. There we go. It's brought it all towards the front. You can really see it coming away now. Brill. So very, very blocked ear canal. Luckily, as we're pulling this, it's the stickiness of the wax is drawing this deeper sections forwards as well. That's a nice big piece of wax there. There we are. There's the eardrum looking nice and healthy. Really squeaky clean ear canal there. So obviously it points up to the left-hand side. So we've got a left-sided ear canal. Then this is what we removed. So we've got 4 centimeters worth of wax. That's without what got sucked into the tank. So we're 1.5 inches there. But you can see this really sticky type wax. Always a difficult one to remove, this one. But patient very, very relieved to get that out of their ear. As you can imagine, being blocked up on one side, I find a lot of patients struggle a little bit more being blocked up on one side than they do being blocked up on both, because they can constantly tell the difference between the two. Well, guys, it is Friday. So basically, have a lovely weekend. Look after yourselves. Look after one another. Also, look after your ears. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you again on Monday. Bye, everyone.